Hello, my name is Tasneem, and I have been diagnosed with fibromyalgia for the last 3 years. I've been living with this condition, and I'm not going to start on how I got it or why I got it and what started it because I'm not sure of it myself. But the fact is that, yeah, I went through the worst. I went through each and every symptom uh, that you can feel when you have this disease, and I have gone through various treatments and I've met various doctors thinking of hoping of getting a cure, thinking that they would be able to help me. I met through a lot of disappointments along the way. I underwent a lot of body shaming by doctors. I underwent a lot of I went through a lot of things like you're just making it up, and you're just it's in your head and you're thinking about it too much, and it's not happening, just distract yourself and all that kind of things which we have all gone through. I'm sure all of you have in this journey. So let's not get there, and let's not open that can of worms, and let's go forward on how I learned to live with the condition once I found a doctor who could help me. And from a state of not being able to move, how today I am living and managing with the conditions that I have. Of course, they have not left me, and I don't know if they will, though I would like to believe that I will be cured someday. But the fact is that we don't have a cure yet, and we don't know what is causing it yet. So, the best option at hand is to learn to manage the pain and to learn to live with it. So, I have written down a list of things which helped me deal with the pain through my worst, and what made me come out of the worst time. And today I am able to do my normal activities, though I have to watch my pace, though there is a lot of limitations. But I am in a better place now, and I would want everybody to get out of what they are going through and be able to make the best of the opportunities at hand. So I made a list of the A to Z of managing chronic pain. So starting with A, acceptance of your condition. Accepting that you have a chronic disorder which in the near future is not probably going to go, and you might have to live with it. So accepting that is the first step to moving forward. If you're always going to be in denial of your condition, that no, it can't be, this can't happen to me, and this is not true, maybe it's something else. uh, I'm not saying that don't follow your instincts and don't I mean just give up on not finding a cure or anything, but accept that okay, you are in pain, or and this is going to be there with you for some time. So what are the things that you can do to live with it? What are the options at hand? So accept that your life is now changing, and okay, and you have to make this a part of your everyday routine. So what and how are you going to able to move forward from here? Believe in yourself. That's the second thing. Believe that you are stronger than your disability, and as Anba always says, your abilities are are bigger than your disabilities. So believe that that is true. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can overcome this and you can move forward. Okay, do not um, loathe in regret. That is not going to help you. Though when you are in a painful going through a painful period, none of this works. Okay, and none of this works, and you only are more depressed and more sad. But you yourself have to come out of that by believing that yes, you can overcome this and you are going to get out of this. Compressions, hot and cold compressions for pain. Now you have to understand when hot compressions work and when cold compressions work for your pain. When you have an inflammation or a tenderness kind of a pain, please do not do hot compressions. They will only aggravate your pain and they are not going to get you anywhere. Cold compressions work best for any muscle strain, sprain, tenderness, inflammation. Cold is the best. Okay, when it comes to nerve issues, hot hot compressions help more than cold, and sometimes for these kind of things, alternating the hot and the cold therapy with the ice pack and a hot water bag, alternating them at regular intervals sometimes helps for the pain to go. Discipline yourself. You have to get a routine in check. You have to eat on time, you have to sleep on time, you have to maintain that cycle. Yes, insomnia is a huge factor when it comes to chronic pain, and almost everybody, has sleeping disturbances and difficulties. But at least identify a routine that you can stick to. If you have any bad habits, let go of them. Bring discipline into your life. And every time I think about my struggle, only thing I can remember is, why it was so difficult for me is because when it came to my food habits, when it came to taking care of myself, I had the worst discipline in my life. I would eat at any point of time. I would eat anything at wrong times. I had no fixed time for lunch, dinner, breakfast. I would almost be skipping my breakfast all the time. So I had to bring a discipline into my life. Okay, and I had to. I was the last person to exercise, but exercising, making it a part of my life, made me really control my pain a lot, and got me into a routine of things, into a cycle of things, and I always stick to that. Now I try my best to stick to that, but that has helped a lot, disciplining myself. Exercises, it sounds very difficult when I say that exercises can help you with your pain, but I have experienced it, and it is true that exercises can help you deal with your pains. But the trick is to meet the right doctor, or or physiotherapist, or a yoga therapist, or somebody who can help you with the right kind of exercise, which is very important. Now the trick is to not overdo it. When it comes to muscle tightness or whatever, stretches help. So what my physiotherapist taught me was to take not to do the repetitive exercises. She told me to do just all the stretches, all the exercises just once, and repeat this every 2 or 3 hours, or maybe repeat it thrice a day. Okay. This is something which really worked for me. It never exhausted me. It kept my muscles, in check. So I would not feel that tightness. Like, suppose if you finish your exercises in the morning, just and then you are going to do it the next morning, by night you will feel the tightness coming back. But doing this, exercising every 2 hours or 3 hours at a regular interval, doing your all your movements just once in a regular interval, that really helps. It does not exhaust you, it will not cause a flare, and also it does not cause the kind of muscle strain that we usually feel after exercising. So try to get a therapist. And many times I have known that, sometimes the doctors and therapists who do not know a condition, they need a little bit of guidance from us, because we have done our research, we have tried to find all the possible ways that would help us. So telling that something like this can work, why don't you read more about it, helps. And if you come across a physiotherapist who's willing to learn, then they will learn and they will help you out and walk you through that. So that is important. And also, yeah, a lot depends on luck, on finding the right therapist. Food is next, which is played a major role in my life, especially for the last 3 years, because what happened to me was I had a heightened sensitivity in my body. I have become extremely sensitive to everything. I had become sensitive to touch, I had become sensitive to light, I had become sensitive to noise. I could not focus on more than one thing at once. If there were two people talking, then I would go into a state of confusion and anxiety. And TV noises, or movie theaters or clubs would like had become like, I had started detesting those kind of places because I could not bear the noise. I could not go out during the day because my eyes would water. So I had experienced heightened sensitivity in everything. I if and somebody touched me, I would feel like, they are actually hitting me. My skin would hurt. So this sensitivity manifested itself into the kinds of food I ate as well. So every time I consumed something, I could feel the breakdown of that food in my body. All right. So every time I had sugar, I would feel a very bad sugar rush, which we say, where you feel very alert. So I could not sleep at nights, because I would just get these rushes in my body, and I would feel very alert and, restless. It would cause a lot of restlessness. Sometimes my too much sugar, and my legs would be like, shaking, and I wouldn't know how to control that. So sugar, and then sugar, my joints would pain the day I consumed sugar. I started maintaining a food diary and eliminating the foods which caused certain symptoms in me. And what I noticed was sugar was the worst. Eliminating sugar made a lot of change to my body. Caffeine was next. Caffeine in coffee, caffeine in is there in your cola drinks, in your thumbs up, in your Coke, in your Pepsi. So avoid them like the plague, because caffeine dries up your muscles. It dehydrates them, and when your muscles get dehydrated, they will tighten up and they will pain. So avoid caffeine. Same goes with alcohol. It dehydrates your system. It robs it of water. So that's what alcohol will do to you as well. um, Monosodium glutamate, or Ajinomoto, and soya. So I have given up Chinese food, or at least I make sure that the chef prepares it without these two, because soya would give me increased heart rate. Same thing was with Ajinomoto. It would just, make me feel really uneasy, and, very rapid heartbeat, increase my blood pressure. I have no clue why that happened, but this is what happened. And I know that these foods were responsible, and it has not made consuming that will harm you, but avoiding that is not going to harm you. So it's always safe. If you suspect something, then you avoid it. That's the deal. uh, so far I have also noticed, when we talk about foods to avoid, there are certain foods which have helped. Ginger, turmeric, everything that comes from the ginger family is very good for inflammation. So once the inflammation reduces on your body, a little bit of pain, it takes away a little bit of pain with it. So then again, there is a little decrease in the intensity of pain that you feel. So that my routine would be having ginger, crushed ginger in a tablespoon of honey, just chewing and swallowing it, and that also helped with a lot of unnecessary fat loss. And I felt weight loss along with that as well. So I knew that something was working. Okay. And of late I have been doing this oil pulling with coconut oil. It has to be virgin cold pressed coconut oil. You can also do it with gingerly oil, but I've chosen coconut oil because it works for inflammation. So read up about oil pulling on Google, and do your research before you start on it. And I don't have time, so I'm not going to explain that, but you can message me or inbox me if you want to know more about it, or you can do your own research. So what I have noticed, I have been doing this oil pulling early morning, and what I have noticed is that it helps a lot with bloating. So initially I did not know whether it was lessening the inflammation in my body. I was not able to make out, but I just did my tests recently, and ESR and CRP levels, which have always been high in the last 3 years, are now normal. And I actually don't know what else I did that would have helped this, but I don't know. I'm still not sure if it was this oil pulling, but see, if there is no side effect with something, then why don't we try it out? there's no harm again. And G for grief. We are carrying a lot of grief with us. I myself hold on to my past disappointments and griefs, and I cannot let go of them. And I have been told time and again by counselors and by people to let go of those feelings, and I am slowly trying. But what I have noticed is every time you're sad, every time you're crying, you feel the pain increasing in your body, and that's a fact, because just like your brain releases happy hormones, it releases chemicals when you are depressed and sad, and that definitely works negatively for your body and for your pains. So let go of your grief, get help if it's important, but that helps a lot sometimes. That is all you need. Talk to somebody, uh, if you have to, if there is a close friend, or sometimes talking to strangers itself helps a lot. And I have found that talking to random strangers whom you're not going to see again, and talking, telling them about your problems, and sometimes that is just the therapy you need. Heal yourself. Heal yourself in the sense, take out the time for yourself, give importance to yourself, understand your body, understand what it needs, and give it that. Okay, so that is very important. To take a break when you are sick, you should take a break. You need the time to recuperate, you need the time to understand what's happening, and you need the time to deal with it. And if you don't take out the time to heal yourself, and if you push yourself, it's just a downward climb. All right, it's just a downward fall. J for joints. Now your joints can your joints play havoc when you have pain, especially like a neuromuscular skeletal disorder puts all your joints in haywire. And what you can do is exercise again. Anything that any movements will keep your joints in check actually. So if you think that you have pain in your joints, and if you're going to not move at all, so no movement is going to stiffen up your joints even more. So the whole idea again is to make sure that there is a little bit of movement that you do every day. This is for those people who are really really not able to move out of your bed, or are wheelchair bound. But in whatever way you can, you have to move your joints, you have to lubricate them. I have read about the benefits of edible resin, and how soaking a bit of resin overnight and drinking the water helps very well with your joints. It's very good for your for your back, for your vertebral column. It's good for your knees. So read up on that, incorporate that. One thing that I always believe in is that there is a lot of therapy and a cure available in nature. So tap that, read on things, and find more natural things which will help you. All right. Next is your kidney health. We are consuming so many medications, and we are taking so much chemicals into our body, which is definitely going to have a long term effect on us, on our health, on the organs. So make sure you're doing your annual checkups, and you are taking care of that part of it. You do your liver tests and your kidney health tests, whatever is required, or check with your doctor. And if there is anything that is affecting you in the long run, so you can catch it young. Okay, so we do know that medication comes with side effects, but when the effect is greater than the side effect, then you have to take the medication. So uh, and there is no option there. Okay, so what best you can do is keep a check on yourself. Next I would like to say is love yourself and your body. Love yourself the way you are, whatever your body is, however it is shaped or sized or color, or in whatever form you have got it. Love yourself, accept your body. It's the best you have, the best that you have got. And respect it. And uh, and learn to listen to your needs, and learn to feed your needs. Your body will be happy. Now medication helps. Okay, so I have had friends who've told me that so much medication is not good for you, it comes with side effects, you should not take medication, why don't you just stop? But it's a fact that it's only because of the medication that I have been taking I am in this position. I'm here talking to you about all these things, and I know that I am medicine dependent, and I know that I may be for a long time. But I do understand that that it's not going to be good, but I know that it has helped. And right now, what is more important for me is the quality of my life, the quality of this day. Right now, when I'm living it, this moment when I am pain free. This moment means a lot to me. So do not listen to people who try to discourage you and scare you that this medicine is not good, you're on steroids, or you're on this, or you're on that. Trust your doctors, don't trust the people around you, they don't know. Okay, and do not give up on medication just like that. Please, if your doctor is not willing to listen to you, uh, walk him with you, tell him that if you want to lower your dosage, if you want to get off a medicine, he or she is going to be the best guide. So don't stop your medications abruptly. And if you are in pain, please don't punish pain. If you know that there is a medicine that you can take and which will help you with the pain, please take it. Why do you want to punish the pain? Why do you want to punish yourself? Nutrition is very important, of course, because it's only through food you are going to get all your basic nutrients, your irons, your calciums, your vitamins, and balanced diet, whatever, however they say it, it's very important. So any deficiency in calcium, any deficiency in iron is only going to add to all the pre-existing conditions, and make you feel more pain. So make sure that you are eating good and healthy food all the time. Keep your options ready. When I say options, if for example, if you're a working person, and if you are in a condition like this and it's difficult to work, speak to your superiors, see if you can get work hours from based out of home, if you can do that, or try to get a job closer to home where you can cut down on your traveling and make an adjustment somewhere, or take maybe a low strenuous job. So look out for your options. What are the options you have best around you with this condition? You might have to make a compromise somewhere, but this is the best for you. P for priorities. Identify your priorities at this moment. What is the most important to you? Always put yourself first. You're your first priority, then your family, then your friends. So when you have to choose, it is easy. If you are not well and if you cannot make it somewhere, then you cannot make it, because you come first. You are your first priority. Stick to them. Learn to say no, and don't overdo or push yourself. Even if you have to do it for your own family, do not quit. Do not quit. If you have to quit, then quit your bad habits, quit your smoking, quit your drinking, quit your overthinking, quit your worrying, but do not quit on life. Rest up. Resting is huge. It does a lot. It gives you a lot of relief, does a lot of help to your condition. It helps you to recuperate, and every time when you have a pain, when you rest, you will always feel better. But if you don't rest yourself in that time, your pains are only going to get worse. So you have to take out the time and say, no, now I have to rest. That's it. This is my breaking point, and I have to take a break. So you have to do it no matter what. Support is not something which is easily available, and it's very difficult for people to understand pain which they cannot see, all right, which does not manifest itself physically. So support is not always available easily to people like us. Some are lucky, some are not. So, what do? Be your own support. You have to be your own support. You talk to yourself, tell yourself encouraging things, motivate yourself, read inspiring stories, quotes, look out for inspiring videos of people who overcome difficulties and who are battling through their challenges and still living their life. I think that really helped me. I think people around me have been my source of inspiration. People like these, reading stories about people like these has been a huge deal of motivation for me, and it made me feel that if they can do it, even I can do it. Regular tests is very important to keep your health in check. So keep doing your regular health checkups, uh, and you will know if you've suddenly become deficient in something, or if something is going wrong, and you can immediately get attention for that. So regular tests are very important. Once a year is the best time to do it. Maybe every January, or however, whatever time of the month you're doing it, make sure you do it every year that month, so you know what's happening to your body, what has changed, what has gone wrong, how can you fix it. Keep away from unhealthy things. All right, keep away from unhealthy surroundings, keep away from unhealthy people, avoid them like the plague. They are not going to help you. So unhealthy people, unhealthy things, and unhealthy environment is something you need to run away from. Coming to your vitamins. Vitamins are very important. We've all known what vitamin D deficiency and vitamin B12 deficiency can do with your pain levels, and regular tests and checkups, and to keep that in check, and making sure you're not deficient and you're taking the right nutrition and supplements is very important again. Okay, now W for walking. Walking sounds like a big deal, but do as much as you can and do it when you can. Don't push yourself, but please do walk. The more you can, the more your threshold, your strength is going to increase. The threshold of your pain, the what you can bear is going to increase, and that is going to help you in the long run. But the more you stop exercising, the more you do not walk, it is just going to stiffen up your body and make it more worse. So try to walk, try to keep your movements on. Now your x-rays. Get x-rays done when you have to check for any abnormalities with your bones, your joints, if you have any spinal misalignments, because correcting those means reducing your pain levels to a great extent. So if there is something you can do about your bone health, about your the way your bones are aligned and all that, uh, with the help of physiotherapy or acupuncture or acupressure, I have seen that this all helps a lot in correcting any kind of misalignment in your body. So get your x-rays done if you have a lot of pain in some particular point of your body all the time. So get x-rays done and get that sorted out. Yoga. Now you have to understand that yoga is not for everybody, though they say that yoga is for everybody, but then definitely there are certain yogasans which help in stretching, especially when I am talking about fibromyalgia. So I'm talking about muscle tightening, and yoga, certain yogasans have wonderful stretches, which help you to stretch the muscles of all the various muscles of your body, and that really helps. Because but the whole thing is that you need to go to a yoga therapist. You do not go to a yoga practitioner. There is a difference. A therapist uses yoga to heal you. a practitioner uses yoga as an exercise. All right, so there is a difference. So find a yoga therapist and see what is how much yoga you can do, and what are the asanas which are right for you, and a lot of breathing exercises. If you incorporate that into your exercise regimen, that will help a lot. And in the end, don't lose your zeal for life. You have one life, and live it up. And no matter what, no matter how bad it looks, life is good. So don't lose your zeal for life just because of this. I think there are people living with worse conditions, living without limbs, and still making the best out of the opportunities at hand. So I'm sure that we can do more better than that. So I hope and wish that we all come out of our painful lives, and lead more easy and pain-free lives, and are healed of all our illnesses. That is definitely my wish for all of you. So if you have any queries from what I have said, please do let me know. I will be happy to clear it. And I'm going to also upload a few posts on magnesium oil, how magnesium oil has helped me in many ways, and what are the other things that have helped me. So I will upload that till midnight today. Thank you so much.